Let's talk about Decentraland. Gambling. Didn't you kind of expect that was going to happen soon anyway? Gambling in Decentraland in the metaverse? Of course, Vegas and the generous were going to find their way over there. So here we go. They found their way in, and now we're reading a story about how gambling goes wild in Decentraland. Bloomberg writes a story about this. I want to pull this up and talk about it. And I'm not surprised that this was going to happen in the first place. Eventually was going to. So let's go and talk about it real quick. They decided, here we go. And decentralized booed by casinos where players gamble for a chance at crypto wealth. So yes, playing with Bitcoin instead of cash. That's what they do. So in the story itself, they talk about the fact that visitors enter the virtual space through a web browser, choose an avatar, and are transported to a vibrant digital hub where they can tour a replica of Sotheby's London's the Sotheby's London Art Gallery, attend a virtual Paris Hilton concert, visit JP Morgan Chase at a lounge featuring a portrait of the CEO, Jamie Dimon, right? But now there is the casino. Hundreds of people dressed in streetwear and sunglasses sit around. It looks like Vegas. Poker tables all rendered in graphics that could have looked cutting edge 2 decades ago in the PlayStation 2. Every few seconds, the cha-ching of a cash register, burst of a hand clap emoji signals someone has won. To play, guests must buy or borrow a virtual piece of swag sold by the casino, which is hats, sunglasses, shirts, cigars, later be sold for cryptocurrency. And the 4 poker rooms in Decentraland frequently host about half the people in its metaverse at any given time. Half of who's in the metaverse. I don't know how many that is. That's got to be a lot. Gambling serves as an accelerant for many technologies over the years. Metaverse, no different. Of course, we're still trying to get online gambling legalized everywhere. Let's go, Florida. Come on, buddy. Come on, Florida. U.S. regulators have recently signaled that online betting and cryptocurrencies are 2 of their top priorities. So there are poker parlors known as Ice Poker, run by a company called Decentraland Games. They don't have a gambling license in the U.S. and argues it doesn't need one. Gamers aren't directly cashing out chips for money after they play. That's according to the CEO, Ryan Tabuada. Yet experts say the system exists in a gray area. Well, it's like black market. Yes, Decentraland. It's wild, wild west. What do you expect? So any contest or prize predicated on buying in constitutes gambling. If you have to buy in to participate in a contest, even if the chips are free, the purchase of prerequisite is to play is a problem. So now, people buy to sell the app's custom currency, Mana, which has a market value of $4.7 billion. 600,000 people use the app each month. And Decentraland has captured headlines for hosting a DJ performance by Deadmau5, for persuading Barbados officials to construct a virtual embassy there. But at the heart of the metaverse's economy are the betting parlors. Now, gambling and new technology goes back to Bally's video poker machines back in Las Vegas back in 1981, when the first personal computers hit stores. Microsoft had Internet Explorer, and 15 online casinos ballooned to 200 in 1995, generating about $1 billion in revenue. So when you look at what's going on right now with Decentraland and where it's going forward, that's what you need to keep an eye on. And that's what's happening very soon. And proponents of the metaverse have not articulated that many compelling uses are there for it, but the number of people using the versions that do exist are tiny compared to the audiences for many popular video games. So the Decentraland Games founder, Miles Anthony, says, quote, well, the main problem with the metaverse now, even at the outset of Ice Poker, is that it's empty. So we're trying to populate the metaverse, basically with this, and it seems to work so far. Yeah, they need to do things to try to lure people in. Gambling's a great way to do it. Listen, Las Vegas, Miami, Atlantic City, all the Indian reservations, they're getting their money from gambling because people will do it. Sports is so big on gambling now. We've talked about it here on the program. Among the 4 so-called big metaverses, one app is called Sandbox Bars. And there's another one who talks about he's building the San Vegas Casino Club in Sandbox. And Decentraland permits only gambling for those who live in a real-world location where it's legal. And there are other top poker rooms like Satoshi, the Stronghold, that don't bother with the formalities. Anyone can play as long as their character possesses the digital swag known as Ice Wearables. And there's a lot more to it. But it's a very fascinating story. Gambling in Decentraland, gambling in the metaverse, Web 3.0. It's here. It's happening. Now you know about it. And I'll talk to you next time.